I'm sorry.
No.
Tomorrow we'll also learn at 3:00 or 3:30, whatever you guys want. Whatever is 3:00.
Minchas at 5.
No, tomorrow's Friday.
Yes, but Minchas at 5.
Okay, you want to do 3:30?
Okay.
Okay, let's do
3:30
3:30.
is fine, but we got the Daf to catch up. Daf Bet is not too long on this one. Daf Aleph is the long one.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do Daf Aleph, God willing.
Okay.
So tomorrow at 3:00. I'm sorry, tomorrow at 3:30.
Okay.
And you can see what, this is mamish. We're in the meat of Sanhedrin. Sanhedrin is civil procedure. Civil procedure in Jewish law. How do the Eidim work? How did the Beis Din work? What are the, not all of Sanhedrin is like that, but we're in the midst of it here. There was a hodah that it was written in there that all these things were done in front of us. The Cholishna de Beidina. And all the regular language of Beis Din, and the Eidim signed it. But L'Havakosov Ba was not written there, B'moisav Tlos Avina V'chad Lissav. That we began Beis Din with 3, and one of us died. One of us is not here. For example, he died or he left. So there's a chashash that maybe this was a Beis Din that sat with only 2. Maybe they were originally called only a Zaydim, and therefore maybe you have a thought that this admission, this Hoidah, was not written according to Din. Savar Avinu Lemeimar, Hainu de Reish Lakish. It's the same thing as we just learned about Reish Lakish, that Eidim will not sign something unless it was done properly, and therefore that's a raya that they started off with 3 judges. No, in this case, we are worried that they had a Beis Din of only 2, and they thought that it was kosher, and therefore it's a problem. If it says we are the Chaverim of Beis Din, we sat, that's enough. Because Beis Din usually refers to 3. Dilma Beis Din Chotzufu. It's a chutzpahdik Beis Din, like Shmuel learned. Shnaim Shadanu Dineim Din. Maybe we hold like Shmuel, that 2 people who judged, the judgment is good. Ela Shnikru Beis Din Chotzuf. It's a chutzpahdik Beis Din. So no, the cause of Beit Beidina de Ravna Ashi. It says this was the Beis Din of Ravna Ashi, which these were real expert dayanim, and they're not going to do a Beis Din not ka'alocha with only 2. Who says Dilma Rabbanan de Rav Ashi k'Shmuel Svirlu? Maybe the rabbis of Rav Ashi held like Shmuel that you could do a Beis Din of 2. So it was written in the Shtar that Kosiv Bo Varminan Leila Ravna Ashi v'Amerlan Ravna Ashi. It was written, and we said to Ravna Ashi, and Rav Ashi said to us. And Rav Ashi would not have participated in such a Beis Din unless it was a well-constituted Beis Din with 3. It's Tanrabanan. Armerlan Echad. Somebody said to his sons, or somebody said to the sons of a person, I saw your father hide money in a certain box or a chest. The Omar Shalploini, he said it belongs to Chaim Yankel, or Shal Meiser Sheni. This is Meiser Sheni money that has to be taken to Shalim. And they looked and they found the money. And this is only one aide who's saying this. So if these chests were babayis in a house, Lomar Klum, that money was in a private domain. He wouldn't have been able to go in and get that money if he wanted. If a single aide has no ability to take the thing for himself, then the aidus is not accepted. But if he said Shebesodeh, it was a box in a field, Dvar of Kayamin, because he would have had the power to take the money. Klolo shel Davar, Kol Shebeyodo, even in one aid, Litlon. If he has the ability to take the money, Dvar of Kayom, if he wanted to lie, he could have just taken it. Ein Beyodo Litlon, if the single aid doesn't have the ability to take the money, like it was in a house, Lamar Klum, then we don't listen to him. Harei Sharo, if the sons themselves saw Savi and Shehit min Mos b'Sheda Tevu Migdal, they saw their father when he was alive hide some money in a box or a chest, and they heard their father say, "Mos Ela Shel Ploinihe," this money belongs to Chaim Yankel, or Shel Meiser Shenihe. Im Kemoiser, if it was said in a manner and a form that a father would tell his sons, Dvar Kayomim, but Im Kima'arim, if it looks like he's tricking, he really doesn't want people to take the money from him. And it's like we said before, he's making it as if he's not wealthy. But he's saying that this money really is not mine. So lo amaklu. Then they don't have to worry that this is Meister Sheni or that it belongs to somebody else. Harei shayim mitzral mos, she'inech lo aviv. The person was given money as a Yerusha, and he couldn't find it. Uba balachalom. He saw in his dream that kach v'kachein, it's $1,000, and b'makom ploinihein, and it's in a certain place, but it's meiser shenihein, and he goes, when he wakes up from his dream, he finds it exactly that amount in that place. So Zeh Maisa, this was a case in front of the Chachamim. You can't rely on chaloimos that this money doesn't belong to the son. We don't believe chaloimos in halacha.
But to find it, you do believe it. It's okay.
Keep it. You can keep it for yourself. We
No,
don't.
but I understand. It's not my Sheni.
Right. The fact that you heard in the Chalon, Meiser Sheni, we don't have to rely on that. We don't paskin on Chaloim. I don't remember whether it was my mother or whether it was me or my sister. Like my mother had lost her diamond ring or something for years. One of us had a dream about that it was in a certain place. We found it there. It was like in a vase somewhere.
So you believe in
The
Chaloim.
question is that whether you have to give it back. You don't believe chaloimus, so it's not your
No,
mother.
it was my mother. No, it was my mother was alive. This is like 50 years ago.
No, I'm just saying that whoever had the chaloim can keep it. It belongs to them.
No, because I think my mother, oh yeah, I hid it there once for something. It was her ring. She just lost, she misplaced it. It was an Aveda.
Okay. Nice story.
I know. Well, things happen like that. Dreams are our unconscious, and perhaps she remembered putting it there, but then she had forgotten, and somehow the thought was there in her unconscious place, wherever it's stored, and in a dream it came back. You have to say that that's how that thing works. Like any memory. Shnaim Omrim Zakai. Two of the judges we said in the Mishnah says he's potter, and one said chayiv, and he's potter. So michtav hechi kasvi. So when we write in the star, how do we write? Because it was not unanimous. It was 2 versus 1. So how do we record such a din? Rav Yechon Amar Zakai. That's all you say. Innocent. And you don't go into the details. Reish Lakish Amar, no. Ploini uploini mezakin, uploini mechayvim. In the Supreme Court, they say 5-4. These 5 justices hold like this, and the minority are on the. So the Supreme Court goes like Reish Lakish. That you actually spell out who voted for what. Rabbi Elazar Omar, you don't give the names. You say midivrei and nizdake ploini. From the discussion of their words, he came out innocent. But from those words, it's a code that it was not unanimous. It was just the majority. My binayu. What's the nafkamina? How you write it? Iki binayu l'shlumi iyu mansu badayu. Here's the nafkamina. If it turns out that they adjudicated wrongly, so there's malpractice. Jewish dayanim pay if they caused a financial loss. So there would be an nafkamina whether the ones who voted against the majority would have to contribute to the payment. The Lamanda Omar, according to Rabbi Yochanan, where you didn't give anybody's names, Zakai. So then everybody would have to pay. Let's say they owe $1,000, and there's 3 judges, each would have to pay $333. But Lamanda Amar Ploni Mezakin, Ploni Mechayvin, then if he was right all along, then he would not have to pay Lo Meshali. So the Gemara says, Lamanda Amar Zakai Meshalem. We say, according to the Mandama, that says you just say Zakai, and then everybody has to pay. Why? Lei Malahu, let the guy who was always right. If you would have listened to me, you wouldn't have had to pay either. So why should I pay anything on your mistake? Well, Ella, it's clear that he who was correct all along does not pay, according to that pshat. But it could be nayu. Lishlumi inumanta didei. There's another nafkamina, or some say the nafkamina between how we write this. How do the ones who have to pay for the share of the guy who was right all along? Lemanda Amar, that according to Rabbi Yochanan, where it just says Zakai, Mishalmi, the ones who were wrong, they have to pay the whole thing. Because there was never information imparted that there was even a machloikis in the issue. But Lemanda Amar Ploni Mizak, Ploni Mechayvin, Lo Mishalmi. They don't have to pay that guy's share, and he doesn't have to pay either. So the whole payment is not made, just part of the payment. But Ulaman Domer Zakai, Rabbi Yochanan, where you just write the verdict. Why should Mishalmi? Why should they pay everything? V'lein Rulei, Ilav At Badan, Lav Salik Dinamindi. If you were not sitting with us, we wouldn't have a Bezdin. You can't do a Bezdin with only 2. So you're a partner in responsibility. If we made a mistake, you got to pay up as well. Ella, we go back and say it could be Nayu. That depending on how we write, it has to do whether the Isser of Lo Selech Rachil Ba'mecha. Like there's a little lashon hara here. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Zakai, because there's rechilus. There is lashon hara about the ones who whatever. It's not good news. Reish Lakish Amar Plani Plani Mizakil Plani Machayim Mishum Debesek Keshikra. Otherwise, if we don't give the details, not everybody said Zakai, so he believes in truth. Rabbi Lazar Islay Demar Islay Demar. He accepts both versions. Hilcha Kasvi Hachi. We write the way he said to write. Midivrayim Nizdaka Pliny. From the words of everybody came out that you were innocent. But then with the fact that they changed the language, it's clear that not everybody agreed to it. And therefore we haven't said lashon hara, and it has nothing to do with payment. Garmu Sadover, then we said when there's a Gemar din, so we brought everybody into Bezdin. Leman, who will we bring in? Ilim Bali Adinin, you mean the two litigants? Hosam Kaimi, they've been there all the time. They never left out. Elos Ha'edim. The Edim were the ones who went out. So Kiman, the Lok Rav Nosson. This is not like Rav Nosson, the Tanya. Oilam Eine Dusun Mitzdarefes. You cannot have combined edus from two people. Achiyu Shneim. They had to see Reuven kill Shimon together at 1 o'clock Monday afternoon. They had to be there like with each other. It's not like they saw it from different places. Rav Yeshua ben Korcha Omer, afilu b'zachar zeh. No, even if they saw it sequentially, they can still be made as two. Then ein eduson miskayemes bevezdin ad sheiru shneim keachad. They have to give testimony, the two of them as one. But Rav Nosson Amar no, shomin dvar shel zeh ayom, u'sheva chaver l'mocher shomin misvar. You can listen to one aid today and the other aid tomorrow. But according to our Mishnah, you have to do the Gemar din with the two Eidim there together. No, L'oilam, when it says that they are machnis, we're talking about the Bali Dini, the litigants. Because it's Rav Nechemia, because Rav Nechemia Omer. Kacha yaminogan shel Nikiya das Yerushalayim. The great tzaddikim Yerushalayim, machnisim l'Bali Dinin, they would bring the litigants in v'shomin divrayim. They would listen to their claims. Umachnisin sa'edim, while the litigants are there v'shomin es divrayim, in front of the Bali Din. Then motziin oison, everybody goes out. V'noisen b'dover, and the judges debate it. Gomru sadavar machnisin oson. Then you bring in the Bali Din to hear the verdict. Ayva tanya gomru sadavar machnisin sa'edim. So that's clearly Avada is Shalok Rav Nosson. Because Rav Nosson says you don't even need them. Okay. I'm going to stop here at Gufa. We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Okay.
3:30.
3:30 tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.